Alrighty, so UFC 321 has taken place, and I've already done my breakdown. Feel free to hit that breakdown, but there's something I want to talk about today. I think we all know what we're going to be talking about today. The man of the hour, the man with the power, and that is big fucking Tom Aspinall, baby. Hey, love to see him. This is a picture of him in the hospital, by the way. Immediately got rushed to the hospital right after that incident. And if you're out of the loop, Ciryl Gane and Tom Aspinall had a little bit of a scrap in round one, and both men were doing well, okay? And if you're coming in here, okay, I'm probably titling this video, keep that same energy or something like that when we're talking about Tom Aspinall here, because for those out of the loop, I'm just gonna, give you a rundown, my thoughts. Yeah, Aspinall was losing that round. He had a busted nose. But it was a very competitive round, and one good combination probably sways that round. And I don't think it's crazy to say Aspinall wins that round if he wobbles Gane, lands a nice little jab to, uppercut right hand or something. He lands a big combo in that final 30 seconds. He probably wins that round, especially because Gane was on the back foot the whole time. Gane was getting out-kicked, by the way. Gane, he had a few body kicks. He also got head kicked at one moment. And then there's a few spinning things that Aspinall even went for a spinning back kick at one point, and landed that. But a lot of people just were focusing a lot on the Aspinall aura being taken away because somebody survived longer than 2 minutes. So naturally people got to take away Aspinall's steam. Do I think Aspinall would have won that round? Let's say the round ended there. There's no other 30 seconds and the round ended. Gane won that round. I'm not going to be delusional and say Aspinall for sure won that round. Was it a close competitive round? Yeah, sure. It was way closer than some of the fucking rounds people. It was way closer than like an Umar Merab round 3. Like, this was far closer than one of those rounds. This was like like round 5 Sean Strickland versus DDP. Like, it was a very close round. Or a round 5 Merab O'Malley. Very close round that you give to one guy who's done more damage. And in this case it was Ciryl Gane. I picked Aspinall, obviously. And I'm on the Aspinall train. But I'm not going to be delusional. Just like I'm not delusional when I picked fucking Ankalaev in the rematch and he got smoked. I'm not going to sit here and say Ankalaev's the better fighter 99 out of 100 times. I'll tell you straight up. Pereira proved that he can smoke Ankalaev in literally a fucking couple minutes, Meanwhile, it takes 25 minutes and a close competitive decision with Ankalaev. If Ankalaev wins. If he wins, So, I'm not going to sit here and be delusional. Ciryl Gane won that round. But with that being said, yeah, there was some eye pokes landed in that round. And there was more than one, which we'll get into. But I wanted to talk about the Aspinall situation. He is hospitalized right now. To my knowledge, they're still checking the eye. And he's still having vision problems. So we don't know when this fight's going to get rebooked. But there's a lot of talks among some of the MMA community. But a lot of people want to shit on Aspinall for this. Oh, he quit. Chael Sonnen. What was the other one? Anthony Smith talking about he's quitting, okay? If Anthony Smith had brain cells, he takes the DQ to Jon Jones, is a heavyweight champion, or light heavyweight champion, then he loses in a rematch to Jon Jones, but Jon Jones loses to Smith for doing an illegal move, And thank fuck Smith continued that fight, otherwise Jon Jones' whole career is over. He's never the light heavyweight GOAT because he gets openly accused of cheating because he illegally kneed Smith on the ground. Just like he got DQ'd and has a loss on his record for doing 12-6 elbows. But yeah, so it's kind of just interesting the narratives being spun around Tom Aspinall now. A lot of people are of the mindset that Aspinall quit to the first sign of adversity. Even though Aspinall has gone to round 2 with other people, has fought against Volkov, and was sort of getting like out point striked in that fight. Fought against Sergey Pavlovich, got cracked by Sergey Pavlovich. I didn't see Aspinall get cracked. I saw his nose start to bleed. Are we just... Do nosebleeds just not happen in MMA? Like, huh? How many Bro, you wanna see an earlier fight on that fucking card? Nathaniel Wood, Jose Delgado. Nathaniel Wood's face is completely fucked in round 1. and he still pulls out that decision. Some people might argue it's a controversial one. Round 1 was given to his opponent. Are we just going to pretend like round 1's the only fucking thing that matters? Aspinall has a fight time within a round. I think it's a 2-minute average fight time because he's killed everyone in a round. Ciryl Gane survives more than 2 minutes. It's a big deal. That's how much aura Aspinall has. Okay, just saying. Anyways, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that. We'll get into some things. I do genuinely think we should be focusing on Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane's a cheating fucking bitch, and we'll get into this. I don't know why the fuck we're blaming Aspinall for this. Not only was Aspinall eye poked, it's not like he did the eye poking. If this was reversed, Aspinall eye poked Ciryl Gane, you know what I would be saying? Aspinall's a bitch for getting uncomfortable in the first sign of adversity. Sorry, I can't fucking speak English, apparently. First sign of adversity, he ends up eye poking someone after getting his nose busted up. If this was reversed, I'd be shitting on Aspinall. Can we just call a fucking spade a spade? I guess not, but we'll get into that in this video, okay? The first thing I wanted to look at was the actual eye poking question. Because listen, hey, I'm going to keep it 100%, okay? When I first saw the eye poke, I'm like, it's not that bad, they'll continue, whatever, right? And was I of the mindset Aspinall was going to dominate? Yeah, sure. Am I surprised that Ciryl Gane lasted more than 2 minutes? Yeah, sure. I'm not like fucking jaw dropped at it, okay? But earlier in the fight, there was also another eye poke that not a lot of people want to mention. And because this fight's brand new, I don't want to show that footage. This is a slowed down, not highly edited, but it has been slowed down and everything. And I found a clip of it, so I'm going to show it to you. This was the bad eye poke that stopped the fight, and the eye poke in question that really matters. Because if he wanted to quit to an eye poke, why didn't he quit to the first one before this? Before the bloody nose, when he was dipping and moving. And I see a lot of people like Kenny Okoye and a few others show the highlight video and purposely just take out the fact that Ciryl Gane eye poked Aspinall earlier on. I think it was at the 3 minutes 11 second mark. So if you want to do your own research, feel free to do that. But this was the eye poke that really matters. And let's just watch it, right? So at first, I genuinely thought it wasn't that bad. I thought I probably grazed the eye. Then we see the slow-mo. This video might get taken down for this or something like that, but fuck it, we ball, okay? I don't care. I'm gonna see what happens, okay? This is me testing the waters with how UFC does their fucking videos, but we'll see. But here, you see, so initially, Aspinall gets 2 fingers here. We see these very clearly, okay? On the recording, at least it looks clearly. Hopefully it is being shown that way. You see 2 fingers literally digging in his fucking... You see these 2 fingers ready to fucking pop that eyeball, okay? And then the other one's creeping here, okay? So then, we move just a little bit, and when Ciryl Gane's hand... And this is a choice by Gane to do this. He did it earlier in the fight and was warned, and he continued to do this. So, when his hand reaches the eyeball, and he feels squishy skin and not a fucking bone, like a skull, or his hair, he decides, oh, you know what's a really smart idea? Let me just push those fingers in deeper. Yeah, let me just push that other finger in, I know the other one's touching an eye socket, so I'm going to push the other one in. Yeah, let me get knuckle deep in that fucking eye socket. And he still has his hand here. He could have pulled away. He could have moved out of the way. He stopped the momentum from fucking Aspinall by putting his hand out like this. And he could have moved away. But instead, he digs his finger into the eye. He literally digs it into the eye. It's ridiculous that we're arguing if this is a bad eye poke or not. Bisping lost his eye, not to an eye poke. I understand that, okay? But the eyes are very, very sensitive. And that's the reason why it's illegal to eye poke, okay? It's not illegal to receive one. It's illegal to commit the eye poke, okay? And yeah, you can literally see, not only are these 2 fingers in the socket of Aspinall, just watch these 2, he's digging the finger in to the eye socket. Are we serious here, man? He's digging into the eye. And we're pretending, oh, Aspinall quit to an eye poke. This guy tried to blind Aspinall. The first sign of adversity that Ciryl Gane was facing when Aspinall was putting the pressure on him, getting him against the cage. This guy decides to eye poke him. At least we now know what the Jon Jones fight would have been. It would have been Jon Jones doing this to Aspinall, eye poking him. Like, what? At least we now know in the Tom Aspinall camp, we need to start training some fucking eye pokes. But we move on to the next clip that will, like, I'm going to try to just drill into people's head how much of a piece of shit Ciryl Gane is, okay? With how he fights. But we move on to the... So here we have a YouTube short, okay? And this is from MMA Clipmaster. So shout out to their YouTube channel, okay? I try to do my due diligence whenever I get the fucking clips or whatever. You know, shout out to whoever this is. Don't know who they are, but they got a lot of views. And yeah, this is the Tai Tuivasa fight. Need I remind you, where he got dropped in round 1, lost round 2, and needed a finish. Okay, so he needs a finish. So, okay, Ciryl Gane needs a finish. He's a heavyweight. He's an athletic heavyweight fighting a fat fuck in Tai Tuivasa. Of course, he can get a clean KO here. You know, oh, Ty's face is already bloodied enough as is. Okay, which he also cheated earlier on, but that's not what we're gonna be focusing on here. Oh, what's this? We're a minute left in round 3. Okay, I guess he didn't need a finish because if he won this round, even though it's kind of a close round, but damage-wise, I kind of get it. But yeah, so he lands the right hand, clean right hand. Okay, clean right hand. Then, wobbled Tai Tuivasa. Okay, got wobbled. He's still standing. So what does Ciryl Gane do? Okay, right hand, left hand. Okay. All right. Looking like a clean KO here. Oh, but he's still standing. This guy might have pillow fists. And then, oh, let's just see what the elite striking of a heavyweight does. You know, when he doesn't get the finish that he wants because he's not liking being down 2 rounds to a fat fuck in Tai Tuivasa after getting fraud checked by Francis Ngannou on one leg, okay? Oh, boom. What? Look, watch this right hand. Let's just look at this right hand, okay? And this might take my channel down again. I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't get money from this shit. I do this shit for fun. Oh, let's just see this completely legal right hand, all right? Oh, boom, right on the back of the head. That is the most back of the head shot you could ever get. That is more illegal than what fucking Chandler was doing to Oliveira on the ground with the elbows to the back of the head in the rematch. Like, can we just be fucking real? Ciryl Gane's a dirty fucking rat cheat. Should be cut from the sport because he cheats in every single fight. And that's the only thing that dropped Tai Tuivasa. It wasn't the combination beforehand. Okay. Oh, right hand wobbled him. Yeah, we can agree he wobbled him. Oh, another hand. Another right hand. Oh, and then the fucking overhand right back fist to the back of the head is what sets this guy's equilibrium down. And yeah, you can say that left hand wobbled him. When you get hit in the back of the head, if you've ever been hit in the back of the head, you know that shit is way different than fucking, you know, banging your head on a pole or whatever. You know what I mean? Getting punched in the head, okay? Yeah, his equilibrium got fucked up, and he got hit straight in the back of the head. Had probably the biggest reaction out of all the punches. Where his head literally fucking bounced fucking almost to the canvas, back up, and then yeah, he gets dropped by the next punch. No shit, this guy's basically out on his fucking feet. Alright, after that back of the head strike. So we move on to the next one. Now, because of a certain side of the fan base, I know is probably going to be watching this, or is interested in this topic, because we all know Jon Jones fans are going to be very vocal of, oh, this guy quit to eye pokes. Not even interesting anymore. Give me the Pereira fight, you know? I want to showcase the Jon Jones fight. And no, this isn't me saying, oh, look, Jon Jones did it better than Aspinall. No, this is to show another time Ciryl Gane cheated. Again. These are his last, what, 4 fights outside of the Spivak one, I guess? Aspinall, Tai Tuivasa, this fight. Like, how many fucking times does this guy have to cheat for people to be like, yeah, this guy's a piece of shit. It doesn't deserve it. And let's just see what happens. Oh, nice little groin shot. Oh, is that a groin shot on your boy? Oh, he called a timeout on the first 5 seconds. I'm not saying, oh, Jon Jones is a bit. Like, let me just make this clear. I'm not saying Jon Jones is a bitch for this nut shot. He's a bitch for other reasons. Beating his wife, hit and run multiple times, doing cocaine. Yeah, there's other reasons why Jon Jones is a fucking bitch, right? But him getting groin shotted, that's not a Jon Jones fault. I'm a D1 Jon Jones hater, okay? I'll say Dominic Reyes beat Jon Jones, okay? I'll say the Gustafsson fight was close, okay? I'll say that Daniel Cormier was robbed of his career because Jon Jones has a no contest win, and that was the first one he had on Daniel Cormier, a 40-year-old, by the way. I'll say that to the moon and back. This was not Jon Jones's fault. This was Ciryl Gane's fault, literally for hitting the groin because he's a cheating fucking bitch. And I get it, touch the cup, whatever. Jon Jones called it right then and there. All right, but the difference is, oh, it touched the cup. It's not like he can't have kids anymore. Where the eye poke that Tom Aspinall received, he literally can't fucking see. He literally can't see. And if his eyes are truly like badly damaged and he went 25 minutes with Ciryl Gane doing that fucking eye poke shit again, another eye poke, and there's odds he could not see. We don't know the like ramifications yet of that eye poke other than it's bandaged up and he's still having problems with his eyesight. But this is your boy getting nutshotted. Ciryl Gane is a piece of shit, cheating bitch. Cut him from the sport. This will be 4 title shots he'll be getting. Because we all know what they want to do. They want to do Ciryl Gane versus Tom Aspinall in the rematch. Because it's more interesting now. And am I going to sit here and say, oh, the rematch isn't interesting? Okay. Because I just wanted to cover the Ciryl Gane stuff. I think he's a piece of shit and he should be cut from the sport for all his cheating. But regardless of that, okay. Ciryl Gane versus Tom Aspinall 2 is going to happen. Is it more interesting now? Yeah, it is. It is more interesting. Ciryl Gane did a lot better than I thought, you know? And I get it. If you're watching that fight and you're like, oh, Ciryl Gane was doing well, Ciryl Gane could win the rematch. Because that narrative is now, like, a plausible one. But of the mindset of, like, Ciryl Gane was dominating Aspinall and all this other shit, the takedown Aspinall shot was half-assed and wasn't a full... We all know that wasn't a full fucking 100% effort takedown, okay? He just did it to close distance and get Gane against the cage. And it worked. Ciryl Gane was on the back foot the whole time and lost the kicking battle. Ciryl Gane lost the kicking battle. Just saying. Okay, just saying. Because that's a big thing with Ciryl Gane. A lot of people say the elbows of Ciryl Gane or the kicks of Ciryl Gane are his biggest strength, so that's why I'm just bringing up the kicking thing. But Ciryl Gane is just a piece of shit rat cheater, and I can't wait for Aspinall to get heated in the press conferences. And I really do hope he gets like motivated to do this. Because yeah, let me show the clip of the fucking what's it called? The hospital visit that Aspinall was going through, I think last night or this morning, one of the two. Okay, and this was brought to you by MMA Orbit. I got it from Twitter on his, or X, whatever the fuck kids call it these days. But yeah, this is Tom Aspinall at the hospital, still with the high eye patch on. Okay, this is after the fight, by the way, just before somebody tries to bring up a narrative like, how do you even know this is fucking before, or this isn't before the fight, or some dumb shit. Because let's be real here, there's a certain fan base that likes to use everything they can to make excuses for their fighter. You know, just saying. Anyways, but yeah, he got eye poked. He's in the hospital. I'm not playing the audio here, but he's basically saying the ref was warned, or the ref warned Ciryl Gane, bare minimum 1 time before the eye poke happened, and possible twice. And we don't really know that, like, as fans, unless you like extract the audio and stuff like that. But he was warned. He gets warned in every fight about this, you know, and then it's just, it's fucked. It's really fucked. He goes in, shows this. He describes the eye poke, feeling like literally he felt like his finger was in the back of his eye socket. And when we look at the eye poke, it does look really, really bad. Okay? We've seen people quit the eye pokes. And we've also seen, like, listen, the Song Yadong Henry Cejudo is probably the best, like, comparison in recent history. Because Henry Cejudo claimed he couldn't see, took the 5 minutes, and they called off the fight, and they went to the judges' scorecards. Because there was no rounds passed, they obviously couldn't do that here. But it was also... Henry Cejudo couldn't see, so he left to go to the hospital. Apparently, he had like a vision problem where he was seeing triple C, man. I can't fucking see, man. Kamaru, I can't see, man. You know? But as much as we clown on him for that, it is... Like, I don't take a lot of stock out of Henry Cejudo just because he was eye poked. And yeah, you can say he quit or whatever. But Aspinall, in the first round, the moment he started getting momentum, Ciryl Gane sticks his fingers in his eyes. And then 2 minutes later, he does the exact same thing when they're about to end the round, you know? Maybe he was trying to get Aspinall to sit on something, you know, sit on the stool and fuck with his eye or whatever, right? Or maybe Ciryl Gane just does it because he's a cheating rat bitch that does it in every single fight. Either way, I feel really bad for Tom Aspinall. And listen, you're not wrong and thinking, oh, Ciryl Gane has a chance in the rematch, okay? But I just think it's really dumb that all of a sudden, people are just like, Aspinall's the worst heavyweight on the planet, worst champion of all time, all this shit. Brother, he literally scared off Jon Jones. He made Jon Jones quit the sport. Vacated the belt. Aspinall is the undisputed heavyweight champion with a title defense with Chris Curtis. I know no one's going to say that, right? Because it's an interim belt, even though he's fighting in an active division. And Jon Jones's one title defense is against a 45-year-old retired firefighter. Aspinall has it against Curtis Blades. The same guy who technically Aspinall has a loss to because his knee blew out in that fight, okay? And he even said, like, this eye poke is worse than that knee because the knee he knew would get fixed, but his eye could be permanently damaged. So that's all I wanted to say, man. There's so many fucking people yapping about Aspinall quitting and all this other shit. If you want to say, and another thing I wanted to mention with the eye poke drama, I know Dana White has said his things, and I don't completely disagree with what Dana White said. Yeah, Aspinall did choose to not fight because he got eye poked really, really badly. That's facts. He chose not to fight. He chose, yeah, I cannot fight this guy while I can't see. Anyone with brain cells, if they were illegally stricken and are now permanently at a disadvantage in a fight that is their biggest fight in their career, millions of dollars on the line, they are saying, yeah, I can't fucking see because they can't see. You know? This isn't a 10 for 10 contract Aspinall's on. Okay, guys? This isn't the difference between, you know, paying the coaches and not paying the coach. This is a difference between legacy, career, and a fucking, like, houses is what we're talking about in paychecks. So of course he's going to say he can't see because he can't fucking see. And of course he's going to say he can't continue because he can't fucking continue. Is Ciryl Gane one of the best heavyweights on the planet because he can get away with cheating? Yeah. Aspinall is one of the best heavyweights on the planet because he's finished everyone within a round except for, I think, 2 people, you know, in the UFC. One of them being Andrei Arlovsky, and that instantly got finished in round 2. And then for what? First 30 seconds? So I just think it's really funny how Aspinall has one competitive round. One competitive round. And now all of a sudden it's he sucks. Yeah, guys, when have we seen a hype train have a competitive round before? Never. You know. Just like how Umar got fraud checked to Merab after one ranked win. You know, just saying. Lost that easy 3-2 Merab. Oh, just like, you know, let's talk about someone who won the fight, okay? Ilya Topuria lost round 1 against Volkanovski. Now, you can say whatever the fuck you want about that fight, okay? I like both fighters. I like Volk. I like Ilya at this point in my YouTube career. Ilya lost round 1 in a competitive fight. Oh, this guy's a hype train. This guy's doing this, blah, 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 blah. What happened in round 2? Just saying. Okay? Someone with heavy hands caught the guy. Just saying. Oh, similar thing with Max Holloway. Oh, he said he's going to finish him in one. It gets to the third round. Ilya gets all the respect in the world for that win. I give him all the respect in the world for that win. I even picked Max Holloway in that fight, so there's not another person that you could ask that is unhappy with that win. But now I have respect for Ilia Topuria getting that win. That was a prime Max Holloway. He fucking smoked. Okay? And yeah, it's crazy. He has a competitive round in a 5-round fight. One competitive round. Not even a full competitive round. And people are already talking about, oh, Aspinall fraud checked. Aspinall is one of the worst fighters on the planet. Quits. First sign of adversity. He literally had his knee blow out. He's literally been to round 2 before. And all of these things, he's came back from a blown out knee. I don't think we've seen that in how long? Yuri came back from his shoulder tear, lost that fight with Pereira. Understandable, it's fucking Pereira. Jamal Hill came back with a Achilles tear in the ankle, and it was just cooked. His whole career is basically fucking done now. All right, he's on a 3-loss streak. So it's just it's crazy to me, man. Same thing with Rakic. Rakic had his knee blowout, and he's now on a 3-fight losing streak. Aspinall had his knee blowout, and he smoked everyone. Became an undisputed champion against the guy that was supposed to be short notice replacement for... Oh, that was in a text message. Anyways, back to the video. He smoked the guy that Jon Jones was too afraid of, because when someone pulled out of that Jon Jones-Stipe fight, it was supposed to be Pavlovich up next for the belt. But because Jon Jones was so afraid, they had to do an interim belt. And Aspinall on 10 days notice was like, yeah, mate, I'll fucking take it, mate. I'll fucking take a picture of my fucking kids, yeah? Fucking. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Aspinall's still good. I still have no doubt. Listen, do the next fight in Paris so that we can see Aspinall fucking kill Cyril Gane in Paris. That's all I'm saying. Or get it on 323. I'd like it on 323. And another thing to mention, man. Cyril Gane didn't even deserve this title shot. Can we all, remember this? Cyril Gane lost to Volkov, and they robbed Volkov. And now Volkov is back in the win column. Cyril Gane just had a no contest. It's bullshit. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to thank you for watching. And as always, I hope you have a good day.
What you don't,